all the ones that ain't hold me down. Now they saying that I'm up and so they know me now. Remember you told me you were loyal when you let me down. You can keep that fake love, I don't want you around. I've been trying to change this down with all the street shit. Lately I've been trying to focus on some me shit. Feeling like the only one that I compete with. You know what's time, you know I'm pressure with the defense.
Ain't no us, I'm on some me shit. Don't need your fake love, you can keep it. Was told everything that good ain't gold, sometimes that shit be secret. Now when I ball, you on defense. Still won't tell your secrets. Seen that you inside it, try to mold you like the sea. We got it without nobody, and I'm proud of myself. Just needed you to believe when I doubted myself. Bitch, I'm 800 degrees, I'm too hot for myself. All my bitches and all my weeds are on the top of the shelf.
All the ones that ain't hold me down. Now they saying that I'm up and so they know me now. Remember you told me you were loyal when you let me down. You can keep that fake love, I don't want you around. I've been trying to change the style with all the street shit. Lately I've been trying to focus on some me shit. Feeling like the only one that I compete with. You know what's time, you know I'm pressure with the defense. Yeah.
100 Mob in the building. You already know what it is. That was Gino Colorado featuring Tech Hold Me Down. And you already know what it is. New Orleans representative. You already know what it is. Shout out to the boot. You already know what it is, man. Now, we going to drop the link below. And you already know we going to community tab it. And you already know that your father's back. You know what I'm saying? It's very broad like a bear. You know what I'm saying? Not in a good way. You see what I'm saying? He's very beastie-like. Slap! So I got to get it in. You got to get your mind right. You got to watch your face. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, we got to get up in here and talk the real way, man. Now, we want to talk about Maine Musik, man. And, you know what I'm saying, a lot of things that's going on, man, because you already know. You know what I'm saying? Tech, you know what I mean, ended up dissing them. You see what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, they talking wordplay now because at the end of the day, you know, they had to get past, you know, speaking on too much street stuff, man. Now, you know, Fredo Bang has been, you know, very vocal, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about that later on. And so have Mr. Kane. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about Maine Musik and we talk about Uncle Bang, we talking about, you know what I mean, somebody that, you know what I'm saying, they say Maine Musik was scared of. But in real life, Maine Musik just, you know, got at Uncle Bang and everybody. You know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean, he tired of being quiet about it. He has, you know what I mean, made his statement. You know what I'm saying? It won't in 24 hours. It took him a little minute. But he got everything clear and put his version out. Now, Mr. Kane said he ain't got nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying, Uncle Bang, you know what I'm saying, because he behind the drop on everybody as far as information, and he reposted what Mr. Kane said, but a lot of people feeling like Maine Musik drug their name in this. So it's like Uncle Bang opened the floodgates for a lot of people that, you know, notice it was problems that wasn't even, you know, a problem because Maine Musik put it out there. Now, Fredo Bang felt like, you know, he been mentioned for no reason and he brung up the dead and all of this. But my thing with that is y'all both do it in songs. So it's like, man, it is what it is with that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, people is off limits at this point, you know, and Mr. Kane don't know where it came from, you know, but he did say that, you know, he can't say nobody winning his cheeks, but he could say that, you know, that dude that they say did it was pulling his mat down the walkway. Either the COs, I don't know which one he was trying to really say, was pulling, you know, Maine Musik mat up the walkway. I guess, you know what I'm saying, he had to get offline or the dude just took his mat. I don't know which one he was trying to say. But he said obviously somebody did him something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, ain't nobody invincible back there, man. It is what it is. Now, a lot of people don't like the way Maine be replying. He wants to rap and, you know, he wants to actually talk. So he's talking in riddles, but he be saying some real stuff. To me, I understand exactly what he's saying and why he doing that. It's to throw the people off, you know what I'm saying? Because they are watching him, bro. When you did Fed Time, they gonna watch you when you get out too, nigga, when you did that amount of years. Know what I mean? So it's like, bro, he got to be on a swivel, man, you know, at the end of the day. Uncle Bang exposed this paperwork of him, you know what I'm saying, supposed to have been, you know what I'm saying, in some, you know, some trouble, man, some legal situations, man. And I put this out way before that, you know, Maine Musik was, you know what I'm saying, allegedly, you know, caught with some fire, you know what I mean, when he got released and stuff like that. And it's inside a video that I did on Maine Musik, nigga. It is what it is. Now, I don't think that nobody is off limits when it come to rap. I think we should have some good music to come out of this. Obviously, Tech is already, starting this off by, doing his little freestyles and stuff and showing you versatility why he doing it. Now, the thing is, man, I don't know who would win a rap battle between Maine Music and Tech, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no use to us keep comparing the Mob Deep of, Baton Rouge, man. You know what I'm saying? Now it's crazy though. Like it's like we got the duo that we want, but we not getting the music, the unreleased music. Because it's like when I put that up there, as you can see up on my IG page, Tech dissing Maine Music, then people wonder why was he even dissing them and stuff like that. But what you got to realize is Maine Music was dissing Tech verbally inside songs, throwing little shots at him. And you got to understand, Tech was doing interviews when Maine was locked up that a lot of people was looking at sideways as if, they really wasn't close like they used to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at this point now it done all came out. And now when we look at those interviews that we're speaking of, we can kind of see that the energy off and we can kind of put two and two together now. That they was even having problems back then. So verbal warfare at this point is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad that can really come out of this unless we see it as a bad thing. Because Maine Music and Tech, it shouldn't be nobody, taking it to the extent of trying to unalive somebody. You know what I'm saying? Now, Fredo Bang on the other end, I don't know how he feel about, what him and Maine got going on. And Maine Music already said, how he felt about, Fredo and Tech. And it both was on some violent type stuff, bro. Know what I'm saying? Because inside one of Maine Music raps, you see what I'm saying? When he was talking but freestyling, he's talking about putting in, the blade on him. So obviously, Maine Music is looking to, do more than rap with Tech and Fredo Bang. You know what I'm saying? Tech is supporting everything Fredo Bang doing. When Maine Music come home, I don't know if Tech was posting, things with Maine Music and stuff. He definitely was doing interviews, But like I said, a lot of people mad at Tech now, man, because they felt like, you exposed all this stuff. But, y'all sitting up here not understanding that this already been out. Now, Fredo Bang, dropped the Big Bang Theory, you know what I'm saying? The Bang Theory, whatever. And, One Theezy had some things to say, following that, you know what I'm saying? Because, he going to post his brother music, he going to talk about his brother, and he going to stand up for his brother, man. So this what he posted, about Maine Music, for those that didn't know. So we already know with him keep talking about, he cool with certain people in TBG. I'm speaking of Maine Music. You got to understand that, certain people ain't feeling, Maine Music that's really, on the field in TBG of today. We're not speaking of the older heads. Now, in this Tech interview, when he spoke on Scotty Kane and Maine Music, he kind of touched up on, the problems that was going on in Sherwood, indirectly, with them or whatever. And the thing is, then it was okay to collab, but you gotta understand, I didn't know that it went, that deep with Maine Music and Scotty Kane. You know what I'm saying? So for him to say something about Mr. Kane, it wasn't too alarming to me. You gotta look at things, man, how people look at it from their point of view. And if you look at it that way, you're gonna get a lot of different stories, man. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people is mad at a lot of people, and it been that way for a long time, and it's just now resurfacing and coming out because they got an opportunity. See, this is what money do. When money get to niggas, what they do is they feel comfortable speaking how they really felt. Whether it's people saying Lou Wop did this, whether it's Maine Music, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. All I can see is that it's a lot of street stuff that happened, you know what I'm saying, as far as with the Jonah B and Lil Yoshi stuff, you know what I'm saying, when they was back there together. So it makes sense to, you know what I'm saying, not really deal with Fredo Bang on a music level. My close homeboy already had difference with your close homeboy behind the Paris. And we don't know what transpired to why Jonah B not here. But you know what I'm saying? Jonah B is a real pivotal part. And we did videos on it on why him and Fredo Bang ain't connecting. So that's why he felt like Tech really chose a side. But now Tech dissing him. So what he gonna say back?